Man, it's been a minute.
It's been too long.
It's been a minute.
Way too long.
Been a minute.
Too long, but you know, we got shit. We've been doing shit, busy.
Man.
So
What you been up to, man?
shit, man. I just don't run my shop anymore. Shit, been training clients now. That's been booming for me. So usually, I mean, you were there when I first invited you to the gym. I mean, I would train people here and there.
Yeah.
You know, it was sporadic. Sometimes, you know, I'd have clients just, you know, for like a 4 week straight streak, and then I wouldn't have any for a while. But then after the like a little bit after the pandemic, I just had a snowball effect and just started training people, and all of a sudden I, you know, have a schedule of training clients from like Monday through Friday. So sometimes Saturday, depends if they make up a schedule, but been doing that. My little side gig of selling supplements has been doing good for me.
But you do have a supplement shop.
Yeah, I do. So, man, I can't complain, man. I enjoy, I think, being in a chair, it's good for me personally to be always busy. You know, I hate having like just idle time to myself where I just have idle thoughts where I need to be on the go. I need to be moving. Yeah. So, yeah, and I'm sure it's probably like that for you guys too, right?
Absolutely. How did you become paralyzed? So we're all
shit, man. I was just counting the years because I was just posting something on Instagram. 17 years now.
Shit, boy.
I didn't, honestly, when I got hurt in 2005.
Yeah.
Honestly, man, when I first got hurt, I don't know if it was the same with you. I didn't think I'd make it.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I don't think I could do this bowel program, all this cathetering, all this just not being able to use my legs for a long period of time. I didn't think I could do it like long term.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it was just a tedious task of just dragging your fucking body out of bed, transferring to the chair, to your day-to-day routines. But, you know, like, it's weird. Eventually it just becomes normal.
The norm. How did you become paralyzed? What happened?
Car accident, you know, young. You know, I think I was 22 at the time. My fault, drinking and driving. And my boy and I, we both, nobody got hurt. It was just us. And I'm very thankful for that, you know, that I don't have to carry the burden of being responsible for somebody else, you know, being in a chair or dying. And so that's what I'm really thankful for. That's one thing that I got out of that situation, is that, you know, my own stupid choices that I made that night, you know, was just between us. You know, nobody else had to pay for those.
Gotcha.
You know, for the choices we made. And yeah, just a car accident. We both were drinking. We were on our way to Mexico. And, you know, just what typically happens when you're young. You know, you think you're invincible. You know, you have no fear of anything. And you just, you know, you don't really think about just the consequences of the actions and the decisions you make, just because I guess you don't have the life experiences yet when you're that young to kind of to help you make more sound decisions. Yeah. And that's how I got in an accident, man. Motor vehicle accident. Got ejected out the car because I didn't wear my seatbelt, and that was another thing in itself. I never wore my seatbelt for some reason.
Yeah. I'm just now starting to wear mine.
Yeah, and so you know, that's how it happened, man. I got ejected, got thrown in a tree, broke my back, and you know, here I am now.
What's your level?
T12. T12. Yeah.
So you got all your abs.
Huh?
You got all your abs.
Yeah, got all my control, and you know, and again, right, when you're, it's weird that when you talk to, like, as fucked up as the situation we all are, we're all paralyzed, right? We all lack the use of don't have the use of our legs, our bowel movements is all out of whack. However, you know, when we look at another individual who is in a chair, you know, we start by saying, oh man, you're fortunate that you're a T12 because you have your abs, your lower injuries. So, you know, I don't take that for granted. Yeah. You know, when somebody acknowledges that or tells that to me, that, man, it's like, man, you're lucky or you're fortunate you have the use of all your abs, or you're a little bit more mobile because of the level of your spinal cord injury, and even that in itself is a blessing, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm sure you're a what? Leo, you're a what?
T7.
T7, you're a
T4.
T4. So I'm sure you see somebody who's a C level or higher, and they're like, man, I'm jealous of you because you're a T injury and I'm a C injury, and that just changes the perspective of everything, right?
Yeah. So what are you doing now? What do you do now? Now that you're, what's your daily activities? What do you do now?
Man, I wake up like around, 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Get my routine, get ready, and usually being in a chair back in the day used to take forever, right?
Yeah.
But now, I feel like it's just, I get up a little bit faster. I could get ready in like 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I get to my shop around 6:30.
Yeah.
7, open up, just take care of the customers that I have, that order their supplements and shakes.
Yeah.
If I have morning clients, I'll train them and kind of go back and forth. And that's what I pretty much do the whole day till about 7 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. And then in between, during the downtimes, that's when I'll find time to train myself. And then I end my days at 7 p.m., 7:30. Sometimes I'll have to drive to a few of my other accounts to deliver supplements.
Yeah.
And then kind of just repeat from Monday through Thursday. And then Friday, Saturdays, I work half day. So it kind of gets a little, I get a little breathing room in the afternoons to have my cocktails, smoke cigars, hang out with some friends.
So you active regardless?
Yes,
No matter what is the situation, you still active?
Oh yeah, regardless, yeah.
What keeps you going? What's one of those things that's just what? It is what it is.
Again, I learned early in my injury that nobody's gonna feel sorry for you. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
Nobody really does. Yeah, they'll look at you with a little bit of pity. They'll, give you these sob stories of, when they sprained their ankle or, when they were in a wheelchair for like a week and, they could relate and, and all that jazz. Yeah. But at the end of the day, nobody gives a fuck about you, and you have to give a fuck about yourself.
Yeah.
Because nobody else will.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I was like, nobody's gonna feel sorry for you. Nobody's gonna cry for you. Nobody's gonna, do all those things for you. And it's just there's no other choice, right? It's just and that's kind of my motivator is just and plus the fact that I don't want to be a burden on anybody.
Yeah.
I don't want people around me to feel a certain type of way because I'm feeling down because I'm paralyzed and I'm sad or whatever and I'm depressed and this and that. And then all of a sudden I'm that guy that's going to bring the whole vibe down of everybody else because I'm feeling sorry for myself. And that's not me. That's what drives me I think I have a chip on my shoulder to show people that, hey, dog, I'm cool. I don't need your sympathy. I don't need any of that. Just treat me how you treat anybody else. Don't, obviously you can see the chair, but don't look at it,
Right.
And that's what keeps me driving, why I like to go above and beyond over things, because again, I don't want people to feel a certain way that they need to help me or they need to do extracurricular things because I'm in a chair.
Yeah.
I want to show people that, just even myself, that, hey, I'm okay. Don't worry about it. I could take care of myself. I could do everything on my own. Don't worry about it. We're good.
What is something that you would say to a new paraplegic? Someone's in a hospital right now. He's looking at this film. What would you say to him?
Just go through the process. Go through the emotions, that you're going through. If you want to attempt to try to walk again and, go to all these places, which I did, these little places that they project walks. You've seen those little places, where they, try to improve your way of living. And if that's your thing and then that's what you want to do, you want to try to fight to try to, walk and so be it. Go for it. But just go through the process of the emotions of what you're going to go through, the sadness, the if you're going through depression, just embrace it.
Yeah.
But eventually you're gonna hit that crossroads where you're gonna have to make a choice.
Yeah.
Eventually you will. You're gonna hit that crossroads after everything's said and done. You're gonna have to make that choice where I was like, okay, where do I want to go from here? Do I want to just say fuck it, and just drown in my sorrows, be sad, feel sorry for myself, drink myself, whatever, and just totally just not give a fuck anymore and just give up?
Yeah.
Or you want to choose joy, you want to choose happiness, and you're like, bro, I want to feel good about myself, I want to be joyful, I don't want to be sad. And those are the two choices you make. And when for me, I chose the other side, the right side. I said, I don't want to be sad, I don't want to be depressed, I don't want to be all fucked up, I don't want that emotion, I don't want to feel that vibe.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, even if I have to fake being joyful, happy, like, I'll do it because I want to feel that emotion. I don't want to feel sad.
Absolutely.
And that is I don't really say it's an advice, but that's kind of, for somebody that's newly injured, those are the emotions you're going to go through.
Yeah.
Sadness, depression.
Absolutely.
For men, you're going to feel like your manhood's lost. You're like half a man. You won't feel that those manly instincts like you used to, being a protector, a provider, like a hunter-gatherer. Like, you kind of lose that sense of yourself because you're paralyzed.
If you put in the work.
Yeah.
You accept it.
Yeah. But if, like, look at all three of us, man. Like, bro, we're more than we're more than providers, protectors. We do a lot of shit. Like, we've surpassed like a lot of people's perceived expectations of us as human beings after we got hurt.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And we're one of a kind.
Yeah.
One of a kind.
And that's why I was having that conversation earlier with you. Like, I'm very selective of the cats, individuals in chairs who I hang out with.
Absolutely.
Growth.
What would you say, Leo? Like, how did you get injured?
I had a motorcycle accident back in 2016 in October. Yeah, I was thrown off my bike. I got sideswiped off my bike. So,
shit.
Yeah.
Do you hold any resentment towards that situation or towards that individual person that did that made that mistake and sideswiped you?
Not really. I kind of blame myself for it because I knew what he was doing before he did it. It's like I saw it happen before it happened. Because I had a while to, like, I knew he was in and out of his lane, and I told myself I would wait until he, like, sat still to pass him. So that's why I'm like, well, if I would have just been patient and let the nigga do what he was going to do, I'd have been good. But I'm like, nah, I was actually trying to get home so I can pack to get to the airport.
Yeah.
So I was like,
in a mush.
Yeah, so it happened. I was like, well, I knew it was going to happen. I didn't know the extent of the injury, but yeah, I was like, damn. Tried to get up and couldn't get up.
So like, he hit you when you...
Yeah, he hit me. He hit me at the back of my end of my bike, and he sent me into 2 different cars. And yeah, I don't remember being knocked out, but I also don't remember how I got under a Jeep.
So you was under?
Yeah, I was under a Jeep, and I pulled myself from under the Jeep, and I was trying to stand up, and he was like, "Don't get up, don't get up."
And your legs wouldn't move.
I was like, "Yo, I can't." And when the paramedics got there, he was like, "Yeah, the lady told me you was under a Jeep." I was like, "Yeah, I wanted to get from up under there, so I got from up under there." He was like, "Man, you probably made it worse." I'm like, "What you mean?"
Yeah.
Like, you want to stay under a car for a long period of time? A hot car at that?
Yeah.
But yeah, I knew immediately what happened when it happened.
So you knew you was paralyzed?
Yeah. I didn't know I was paralyzed. I just knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
But paralyzed, they didn't tell me I was paralyzed until I got into the I don't know, ambulance or ambulance.
Yeah,
black they were already able to tell you there?
Black folks. He was like, man, like, he was asking me if I could feel anything. I was like, nah. He was like, it's a possibility that you may be paralyzed. I said, possibility or I am.
They told you it was ambulance?
Yeah. He was like, man, I think, man, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but I kind of think, he was doing a test in the thing. I'm like, no, I can't feel none of that.
Already.
I told him, I was like, my body feel uneven. He was like, oh, man. I'm cracking jokes and shit, not knowing how serious the situation is.
Yeah.
And they just sitting there like.
And you was conscious the whole time, like
the whole time.
headed to the hospital.
Yep. He was like, man, like they was more worried than I was. Because like I said, I didn't know the extent of the injury. So.
Yeah.
And when I got to the hospital, they did emergency surgery. Like, I probably was answering questions for about 30 seconds, and then I went under. Like, it was, I guess, that bad.
When you woke up, even waking up?
Even waking up, I was like, yo, did he do the surgery already? They was like, he did the surgery last night. And it was like already the next day.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, shit, all right.
How did you deal with it in the beginning? When you did they tell you was paralyzed immediately?
They immediately, like once the ambulance came and told me, then I was just like already like focused in my mind, like, all right, cool, like, nigga, like,
yeah.
If you are, you are. If you ain't, cool, do what you gotta do to get home. That's what I kept telling myself, do what I need to do to get home.
Yeah.
Then I got to ICU and I'm like, all right, this is for real. Like, this shit is for real. All right, so now I started gauging my mind to accept it. Probably like my second night in ICU.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't move. I couldn't do nothing. They had me strapped down. They said I was trying to walk up and get out the hospital. I do not remember.
They had your
legs. They had me
strapped?
restrained.
Your upper body.
Everything. My
So
neck,
you was incarcerated.
my head, everything. Like, I was sitting like this for
That's
like
even worse.
a week. Until like it was time for them to come turn me over.
So how old are you?
I'm 35.
And you had your injury when?
When I was 30.
So you was 30.
Yeah.
And therefore you had yours when?
22.
22, 30. Fuck.
Yeah, yours too in 30?
Nah, fuck no. I was 22.
22, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you and I went through the same memorial care, and that's how we met. Because you were in Dr. Malonzo. Dr. Malonzo.
How'd you get in?
Vasily.
Yeah.
Vasily. Nah, but how you deal with yours now though?
I'm good. Like, I didn't really.
How long it take you to, like, you know what, accept it? Like,
2 weeks.
There was no, I don't know, there was no emotions of like crying, sadness, of like kind of looking at your past, like, damn, dude, like,
I didn't have time
and
for that.
he was 32.
I didn't have time for that.
We were 22, so
that's
the
why.
mindset is different at 22 and 30.
At that point, I was just like, well, you didn't do a lot of shit. Like, you didn't travel, you enjoyed life, nigga. So
I think that's where I think that's why you and I be kind of.
It's a different mentality.
It hit us a little bit more because we were in our early 20s. I mean, I just graduated a few years ago from high school. You know?
I was more so, like I said, I was in the mind frame of doing what I need to do to get home.
Yeah.
So I didn't have time for none of that shit. Like, I might had a moment where I was like, damn, like, man, you really paralyzed.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, I didn't have no down moments. I ain't been depressed. Like,
You accepted it real fast.
It quit. I mean, ain't nothing you can do about it.
So what made you accept it? Like, what do you do now? Like, what's your thing now? How do you cope with it? How do you deal with it on a regular?
Knowing that if I could change it, I would change it. So since you can't change it, why harp and be down about it?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's everything in life, man. If you can change it, change it. If you can't change it, don't waste no time or energy or emotions on it. Like, it serves no purpose if you can't change it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the attitude I've carried with it this whole time.
Absolutely.
You know, I can't do shit about it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Absolutely.
You know, I still try to do the same shit.
Yeah.
You know.
What do you do now?
So
like,
the same. I do everything I do is this. I kid you not. It's the same. The only difference is I'm sitting down.
Yeah.
That's
Everything
the way I
do
feel
is the same.
sometimes. Yeah.
I still do the same shit, except fuck the same thing. That's the only difference.
Absolutely.
Now the difference is with that I ain't got to do all the work.
Yeah.
So that's the only difference.
It's a partner now.
Yeah. Well, back to you, nigga.
Yeah.
How did you get injured?
Shit. Take a drink.
Take a drink. You gotta take a drink on that.
Take a shot. Yeah.
Oh, this motherfucker. He trying to get us drunk.
Shit, I need another pour.
See if we can reach it.
What are you gonna move if you move it?
He about to get it.
You gonna fuck shit up?
Nah.
Oh.
We putting this all in there. This is what we do.
This is organic. I'm gonna pass it.
Sometimes too, like if you do try to change.
Oh shit. This is good. This is good.
I said sometimes too, like you think about it. If you did, oh that's good. Fuck. Sometimes too, if you did change it, like you'd undo if you.
I wouldn't have met y'all. I wouldn't have done the acting I did. I wouldn't have done a lot of shit.
A lot of things.
You would have.
You know, the people you met, the friendships you made.
Would you change anything?
Dog, it's been so like, bro, like I was just counting, like I was looking at this chair. I was just counting 17 years.
Bro, it'd be 14
I was like,
for me.
if I changed it,
yeah.
And dog, that's 17 years that I've done, the people I've met, the relationships I've created. Bro, that gets undone. Like, so would I really want to change it and go back so I could walk? Probably not.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show like where like now as I'm older, like what I really do value now. Just, you know, maybe at 24 I was like, oh fuck yeah. I'll fucking change everything. I don't give a fuck.
That chair had me on TV.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, and I look at that and I be like, man, I've been trying to do shit for so long. I've been acting for so long. And it took me for me to get injured to actually fulfill one of my things.
How long been acting?
I want to say since 2002. So that's what, 20 years?
Yeah.
Like, and I just got my break in 2020. Like, I look at that like, man, had that not happened, would that have happened?
2 years.
You know what I'm saying? Everything happens the way it happens.
Man. It's all about perspective.
Yeah.
That's how you view it. It's how you look at it.
How do you deal with being in the chair for as long as you've been in the chair?
Understanding that I can't control the things that I can't control. Kind of like what you said.
Exactly.
You know what? I'm gonna focus on the things I can control. I can't control being paralyzed, but I can control the way I view it and deal with it.
Right.
You know, it is what it is. I'm sitting down. I'm gonna control what I can. You know.
For real, man.
So it's just in life, man. It's about perspective. Everything you deal with, you know, we can look at a situation and be like, and talk negative about it, but what can you do about it, though?
Exactly.
You know, what can you do about it? We can control this. We can't control the physical,
right,
but we can control this. Then that aligns with the physical.
Would you change anything?
I wouldn't change shit, man. I wouldn't change shit. What's meant to be gonna be.
Yeah.
You know, God don't fake the funk. You know what I'm saying? The High Almighty is the person that deals with it. You know, He already knows what's gonna happen before it happens. You know, so we just gotta learn how to handle the situation. Everything happens for a reason, man. It happens for a reason.
You're right.
You know.
Like Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. That happened for a reason.
Happens for a reason. And you never know. That situation they might come later on and just
honestly boosted their careers.
I don't know. I don't know.
You could tell Will been wanting to do that for a minute. I'm gonna tell you why I know.
Keep your name, keep my name, keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because do you remember the last time he hosted the Oscars before? You don't remember, huh?
Will Smith or Chris?
Chris. He took a shot at Jada then too. He cracked a bad joke then.
What year was that?
It was like probably like 4 or 5 years prior to the last one. And he cracked a joke. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't know the dynamic of it and how she felt about it then.
We only see what we see.
And then, you know, that happened. I was like, yo.
We only see what we see. We only see what we see.
But do y'all think it was real?
Who knows?
I don't know, man.
Sometimes they don't let the left hand know what the right hand doing. They don't let the left hand know what the right hand doing. You know.
That was interesting though. Let me ask y'all about this. Let me see, get y'all point of view on it. So the Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey thing. You took a deep sigh when I said that. You know about that situation, right?
I heard a little bit. My man seemed like he was really in love. He seemed like he was really in love with that woman.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that? That whole situation.
So he proposed.
He proposed and she turned it
said
down.
no.
Yeah.
It happens. It happens. But he was probably more invested than she was.
Absolutely.
But only he knows it. You can tell if your woman is really, and she can tell if her man is really involved. You know, her dad probably had a lot to do with that. And she been around the block too. You know what I'm saying? So Steve Harvey is a big commodity. You know, so when her dad speaks, I'm sure she listens.
What were your thoughts on that?
I'm gonna laugh because I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about.
Oh shit.
I seriously, I don't, like, bro, I don't, like, all I have, like, I don't have cable, I don't, like, I cut off all the shit in my house.
So I just seen on social media
this is my only,
that she turned social media, like
Okay.
she turned him down. He proposed, she turned him down. And you know, Michael B is a big fucking deal on social media.
Apollo Creed's son.
Yeah.
A big fucking deal on, you know.
So who's this chick that?
Steve
Harvey's daughter. She used to date Future.
Okay.
Diddy.
She's Diddy. Like she's
Okay.
dated some big names.
And
You
it
know,
didn't
she
go
said
far. And it didn't go far.
You go from, and then she has her dad, which is Steve Harvey, in her ear.
Yeah.
Listen, you're doing a little bit too much. You're dating guys that are really, and then she goes to Michael B.J., which is younger, but he's a big hot commodity.
Yeah.
So listen, like, you're young. There's some, you know, it's Steve Harvey we're talking about.
Yeah.
He's a big deal at the end of the day.
And he's been married multiple times.
Come on, man. You know, so when Michael B, like, he can have damn near probably any female he wants. You know, and he gets turned down, it's gonna fuck with his pride a little bit.
Yeah.
But we all have to be a fool sometimes. I've been the fool. You know, to fall for the wrong one.
Yeah, we all have.
You know, that's how you learn.
Plenty of
But
times.
you know, he'll bounce back. He good. He'll bounce back.
Yeah.
He'll bounce back. He'll fucking bounce back.
Is this where your boy was? Hey man, you guys are all over the place.
But we gotta wrap this up, fellas.
Hey,
It's been real.
this is Jenesaisquoi.
It's good. It's my thing.
Yeah.
Hey, got my boy Duffo. Got my boy Leo. We're all professional wheelchair bodybuilders. This is what we do. This is Jenesaisquoi. This is just a slight introduction of who we are. We haven't even gotten to the half of who we are. Stay tuned. Hit that like button. Press play. If you need some motivation, listen to us. And we out. Hey, you turned off just in time.